Dive into cybersecurity with our industry immersive pathway, where hands-on learning meets real-world challenges. Hello, wonderful attendees. I'm your host, Dalvinder Kaur from Lovely Professional University. Get ready to dive into today's topic, that is industry immersive pathway to cybersecurity. Before we proceed further in today's session, allow me to introduce the experts of the day, Mr. Atul Malhotra, Assistant Professor, School of Computer Science and Engineering, Lovely Professional University. A seasoned cybersecurity practitioner and trainer with 12 years of experience, Mr. Atul has trained more than 5,000 students in certification courses from Cisco and EC Council. He continues updates, conducts research in network routing and cybersecurity with the numerous publications in prestigious journals and conferences. So now I would like to introduce Mr. Pradipto Chakrabarti, Regional Director, Kampatia Technology India Private Limited, with a master's from IIT Roorkee and an MBA from Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, New Delhi. He brings over 25 years of leadership experience in the technology and training industries. We are excited to hear his insights today. So I would like to introduce admission nominee also in this webinar, Mr. Rishabh Sharma, Officer and Area Coordinator at the Department of Tie-Ups, North 1, Division of Admission. Mr. Sharma plays a pivotal role in connecting the university with various institutions and organizations. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone for any questions you can write in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and same will be addressed from my side in the end of this webinar. And now I hand over the things to Mr. Atul and Mr. Pradipto, and it would be an absolute delight to listen from them. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Pradipto sir, I would request you to continue with the session first, and after that, I'll just take a few minutes to brief those points about the career paths.
Sure. Thank you very much, Dalvinder, for the kind introduction and good words about myself. It's really a pleasure every time to interact with LPU, and visit the campus and meet up with the amazing students and the faculty members of Lovely Professional University. Today, I'm going to talk about the industry immersive program that we run with LPU around cybersecurity and blockchain, and how it prepares students for a career of tomorrow. Now, before I start, when I was writing here the topic, the careers of tomorrow, it's a very dynamic environment, and nobody can actually predict what will be the careers of tomorrow. Is the tomorrow 3 years down the line or 5 years down the line? Nobody knows, because technology is changing so fast that the only thing that you can do, and which is what LPU is doing, is that it is working with industry organizations like us to bring in the latest that is happening in the industry. That is all we can do, and then prepare students in this dynamic environment. To begin with, first of all, I would like to congratulate all the students for crossing this immensely important milestone in their life. Grade 12 examinations. I believe that the results have just come out for almost all the boards, and I'm sure that all of you are now thinking about what next, what is the next. I always call it as an adventure. What is the next adventure that awaits you? And obviously, when you talk about think about what you're going to do as you delve into the degree programs, or try to become or enroll yourself into an undergraduate program, some of the questions that really come into your mind is, where do I go from here? What is the best course that I need to select? And so on. And as academicians, as industry people, our role is to basically introduce you what is happening in the global technology environment, assuming that all of you are interested in an area of technology. So what I'm going to cover today is some of the trends that we are seeing across the world, and also in Indian cybersecurity and blockchain market. What those trends relate to the new opportunities that are coming up in this domain, the field of cybersecurity and and blockchain. What are some of the key skills that are required to excel in this domain? Why have we created an immersive program? And finally, what is in it for you? I mean, what is the benefit if you choose to enroll yourself in this immersive program? And that's basically the coverage of what I will be doing. So to begin with, a few years back, I was reading a blog by the famous Michael Dell, who is the founder of Dell Technologies, and he said that in a very interesting way, he said that there will never be a post-COVID world. We all know that, the pandemic is behind us, and it is a little odd to still speak about the pandemic today. But this article really struck in my mind that what COVID has done, or what the pandemic has done, is that it has changed the way we live. Uh, and I think a lot of you students would be in, say, for example, grade 8, grade 9, when the COVID had come up, and maybe grade 10. And a lot of you would have studied online. And it's very interesting to see how educational institutions, how teachers, faculty members so quickly transformed themselves to deliver training and deliver the courses in an online environment with all the new technologies that you have in your hand today. We've started understanding work from home. Almost all of us work from home. A lot of us actually work from home today without any compromise on productivity. Also, our lifestyle, uh, uh, it has changed a lot. I mean, the amount of online transactions that we are doing is immense today. And I'm sure that all of you, for example, I always give an example that there's hardly any cash that I carry anymore, because of the very fact that it has become so easy for online transactions, online financial transactions, that the value of cash has immensely gone down, specifically in developing countries like India, China, a lot of those global south, developing nations. And all that is possible because of this one concept of digital transformation, which is just not technology, but it's also how do you communicate with your customers? What kind of data do you collect? Emerging technologies like robotics, Internet of Things. How do you utilize and make your data more intelligent? We are talking about artificial intelligence. A lot of people equate digital transformation with artificial intelligence, but I think it's just a part or a subset of the whole list of activities that organizations are doing to transform their operations from a manual system or a legacy system to a digital system. And that is where there is a lot of discussion also around what happens to jobs, what happens to people if everything has been taken over by artificial intelligence. If you go to a restaurant and then there is a waiter who is a robot and who is coming and serving you. So you would argue that if that happens, then obviously, the human waiters at one point they will lose their employment. But what I wanted to confirm, or what I wanted to give you a comfort feel, that it is not the first time that transformation has happened in the history of last 300, 400 years. There have been multiple times where we move from mechanical to steam, and then from steam to electricity, and then electronics came into picture. There has been a lot of path-breaking disruptions and transformations over so many years in the past. But yes, the job roles do change, but we have always seen that transformation in business always opens up new doors and new areas. And some of the applications of the beauty of digital transformation is some of these organizations, be it an entertainment, when you are looking at entertainment, industry, how much do you now go back to the cinema halls? There has been a transformation in terms of, people moving into OTT platforms. And that has brought in a transformation in the whole the entertainment industry. I already spoke about the banking and financial side, where UPI, which that in India it has record-breaking transactions of UPI has happened over the last year. There is news all across. So So it has made a disruption in the way financial organizations work. And finally, even in very manual processes like oil industry, these organizations, be it a Shell or a Schlumberger or 3G or any other those large big energy companies, they've moved into digital oil field and digital operations. And all of that is possible because of what I talked about, digital transformation or DX. However, one of the biggest challenges that we are seeing that is emerging out of a technology driven digital transformation process, there are many challenges, whether people will accept it, whether employees will accept it, whether the business leaders who are running the companies will be comfortable with it. How is the government's compliance going to work? What do you mean by data privacy, etc.? There are so many challenges to the digital transformation processes. But when you ask technology workforce, when you ask business leaders across the world, one of their topmost challenge that they see in the world today is that because we are opening up our system so much, past in the past there was, your system could have been secured by a perimeter, and the servers were in a locked room, tamper-proof environment, physically tamper-proof environment. But that is not how you scale up. To scale up, you have to move to cloud, and that is where you are clicking pictures every moment of your life, and all of that is adding to the gazillions of data that you're creating day in and day out every moment. And what is happening is that once you're moving into cloud, obviously, as you know, as you're reading in newspapers, cybersecurity and cyber threat becomes the biggest challenge of any kind of digital transformation. So what happens to the workforce here is that there is a need of a lot of new people with new skills. And that is why when Microsoft went out in the market and did a survey, they asked people in the United States, in United Kingdom, in Europe, and in India about, how would you, face this challenge of people not being skilled to safeguard your organization. And most of the people, specifically in India and across the world as well, as you can see that, the highest bit of responses are in that column which says adding by hiring additional security professionals. So there is a lot of demand of security professionals, across the world. And that is again reflected in the absolute number of demand, close to 8 lakh people at this point in time. Is cybersecurity experts are required in the market. And it's not what I am saying. It is public knowledge. You can go to ISC2 cybersecurity's workforce study. It's documented and well researched that at this point in time, there are close to about 8 lakh cybersecurity people who are required. There are 77% of organizations which say that our skills in cybersecurity is not enough to run our operations. And that's the reason perhaps you are seeing that there are so many cyber attacks that are happening to individuals as well as to organizations. There was Air India, which was hacked last year. There's ICICI Bank. There is so many other cases where you see that there has been organizational level of cybersecurity threats. And also not only that, there is geopolitical. There are hacker groups from China, from Russia, who are, a lot of reports are saying that they are controlling election results in other countries. And the one of the core reasons behind all of that is lack of manpower. And that is where you come into picture. That is the skill gap that we're talking about. And that is the reason, as I go along in this session, I'll talk about why CompTIA, the organization that I represent, and LPU has come together to develop a unique course. But before we go there, let me, just share a few slides about very basics of what is cybersecurity. I know many of you are already aware of it, but usually when I ask this question as to what is cybersecurity, 8 out of 10 people say that it's hacking. And in reality, it is not. In reality, it is basically just doing the opposite. It's just basically more of protection. So it's not hacking, it's protecting your organization and malicious actors from stealing your electronic assets, and from safeguarding your own organization from outside threat. It is just basically like your defense forces, you become a defense force for the organization that you're working with. And with the advent of cloud and with the workflows and the technology moving into cloud technology, definitely there is a lot of changes that is happening. The job role of security engineers are changing day to day, and whole focus is on defensive. Whole focus is on how we can defend our organizations better, because the basic core concept is that hackers always work with a motivation. It's like he's a thief, right? And you have to safeguard your house by locking your doors, and that's the role that you have. That how best can I lock my organization from threat? So, and that is the reason, if you look at this slide, from so up to early 2000s, security had three broad areas. One was physical security, which is basically whether you are allowed to enter a server room. There are, you have those badges that you use in your university. There are some areas which are restricted for you, and so on. So that's the physical security part of it. We were talking about information security, which is predominantly to do with data and how you secure data. And there was a small part of cyber because the devices were not well connected with the internet. But 2000 onwards, with the advent of IoT, with the advent of fast internet, I think all of us are connected. And therefore, all of us become the endpoint. My phone becomes the endpoint. My Alexa device becomes the endpoint through which the cyber attack can happen. My laptop can become, my smart watch that I'm using can become an entry point for cyber hackers. So therefore, information security or IT security has now moved into cybersecurity. And what your job is to basically take care or safeguard the three big towers in an organization, be it an infrastructure, which is basically your networking and your devices, to software and applications, to the data that you're creating. People say that data is today's blood. I mean, they say that it's a lifeblood of any kind of business, and all of that is secured by the concept of cybersecurity. And that's why we talk about defense in depth, which is basically all the layers of your organization, right from your endpoint to your applications to your network connectivity to your wireless to your cloud, and then finally on the perimeter side, all of that is it's called defense in depth. And that is why the first thing that you need to figure out that when it's a whole science, and when you learn cybersecurity, it's not just hacking, or it is not hacking actually. It is the whole lot of science that goes behind it, which you will study in the course that we are providing. Also, a part of what we are ending up with this course is also blockchain. Many of you would have heard about it. A lot of people equate blockchain with Bitcoin, but in reality, Bitcoin is just one application of blockchain. And honestly, Bitcoin is not even regulated in many countries across the world, and there are only one or two countries which are actually regularized Bitcoin as a formal means of transaction. In most countries, it's still not considered as a legal tender for doing financial transactions. So basically, the technology is it's a process that is used for securing information by using blocks and chains, and that is what we talk about. You create a distributed ledger system that secures the transactions that become tamper proof, and therefore it becomes highly secure form. So why we have added blockchain and security together? Because the concept of cryptography, the concept of security that you will be learning will be applied in the field of blockchain. Why? Because there is no area that blockchain is not touching us right now, be it smart contracting, be it fraud reduction, be it any kind of record keeping. The biggest is actually in the banking and financial securities, in the financial services market, with securities, debts, equities, and all. So all those transactions that you're doing are, utilizing blockchain as a technology, and that's the reason we are looking at a humongous growth year on year in blockchain as a technology, and therefore it's going to be a $39-40 billion industry in itself by 2025, and that's huge. So what we are trying to do is that for all of this story that I have created in the beginning, you require certain skills. You require some core skills, which are understanding of how operating systems work, how networking and cloud work. There is a bit of programming which is included, and then you have got domain skills such as cybersecurity and blockchain, and all of that are basically connected. The whole concept of developing this curriculum with LPU is to first explain to you what you are safeguarding. What in an organization are you safeguarding, and then of course built on top of that with the domain skills of security and blockchain. Now, the next question is that when you are looking at engineering as a curriculum or a course in India, there is the conventional BTech, computer science engineering that, a lot of universities or practically every university offers. Now, there are many university, LPU being a leader who has created industry immersive honors programs. And you might ask that, what is the reason? I mean, why should I do a industry immersive and a specialized course compared to a conventional computer science engineering? There are a few reasons for that. And I think what you need to understand also is that what is happening in terms of the hiring. People are required to be more specialized today. Earlier in the day, I think one generation before you, I'm not saying one generation before you, but somebody who's like 5 years, 10 years your senior, if you ask them, there was a situation where organizations used to come to campuses, hire a lot of students with generic skills, and then internally train those students or the fresh hires in specific domains where they would like to put them in the project. But now, there are a lot of organizations who do not plan to invest a lot of money in training resources. As opposed to that, they want people who can be productive from day zero. They would be productive from the day that they hire, because if you are providing a fresh hire 6 months of training, you have to still pay them a salary, right? And that's a cost to the company, which they cannot afford. So therefore, there is a need for a person to be, having hands-on and practical skills that can be applied day zero when you are hired in an organization. That was the basic concept or a basic philosophy behind working with LPU, behind CompTIA working with LPU and launching the BTech honors in computer science engineering and in cybersecurity and blockchain. The whole concept was that how can we prepare students with specializations, and it is not only in cybersecurity, but I guess there are multiple other domains also. But the one that we are driving with LPU is around cybersecurity. So the one-line objective of this program is to basically, when you come out after 4 years, you will be a cybersecurity engineer with very specific job roles, with very specific skills that you can target for. And the more specialized you become, the more valuable you become in the job market. And why we have done that is, CompTIA, I'll talk a little bit about CompTIA as we go along, but we are one of the largest developers of vendor-neutral certifications. We listen to the industry and we update our programs very, very frequently, so that the training that you get is completely contemporary and it is completely relevant to the market. We do a lot of industry relevant, industry immersive programs, like bring in experts from the industry to interact, or maybe take a workshop with the students. Industry certified trainers who bring the outlook of what is happening in the organizations to your learning outcomes. And more importantly, the most important part is practical. It's very hands-on. So when you there is a lot of, I think the split of the theory and practical is nearly about 65 to 35%, where most of the things, and then the students are also introduced to capstone projects, etc., so that they get a lot of hands-on before they hit into the job market. And obviously, one of the last things that and the most important, another important part is that we bring in international standard of pedagogy or teaching style to the curriculum. So why should you join it? What is in it for you? The top 5 reasons why I would recommend this program to all of you is that A, become a leader in the field of cybersecurity, which is no doubt the fastest growing technology career option today. You look at any statistics is going to say that end-to-end cybersecurity from CompTIA and LPU, hands-on, I have already spoken about, get opportunities to be employed with leading organizations with good amount of industry above average salary levels. And finally, one of the key things that you get out of it as a deliverable is 4 globally recognized certifications from CompTIA, which are embedded into this whole curriculum. And the reason why CompTIA has partnered with us is that, like I said, you can check on internet. We are one of the largest and most recognized and respected developer of individual certifications and study material for various domains, not only cybersecurity but others as well. But the whole point is that we are created by the industry, which means that we listen to the industry. The members are all from industry. The certifications are job role led. The first thing that we do when we create a certification is to understand what is the kind of job role and the skills that are required. And finally, we teach you core competence through our certifications. And the 4 programs that you will be getting out of this program is a certification in networking, security, penetration testing, and we talked about the whole important concepts of defensive security as to how do you prepare you to become a better analyst, better security analyst, better forensics expert. I think that is what is covered, in this whole curriculum, and also the other programs. Just like Linux and cloud, etc., those all will be taught into the curriculum. And the last section that I wanted to cover, I think I have still about 4 minutes left. What are the job prospects? I think most of you would say that, what do I do today? Okay, I'm getting into an undergraduate degree program, in a BTech program, but you still start thinking that, what you'll do after 4 years, and that's where the whole point of job prospect comes into picture. Again, I mean, there are, if you look at all the media news, etc., there is a tremendous amount of coverage around why, and the amount of cybersecurity people that are required in the industry today. So this is just some of the snapshots of some of the publications that we took as basically that why there is so much of demand and is there a demand and so on. But what is interesting is that over the past few years, while the job market in technology per se has been predominantly stagnant, within cybersecurity, there was a growth of about 6%, which if you look at a larger scope and absolute numbers, it's very high. 6% is a very, very high number. If you look at the job searches in cybersecurity, and this is basically when you go into a job search portal and you filter it, that how many people are looking for a particular domain in the industry, you see that job searches have increased by 30%. So basically, if there are 100 people who were interested in cybersecurity last year, this year it is 130 people. So basically, there is an addition of 30 people who are interested in a career in cybersecurity, which increases the competition, which increases your need to develop better skills. I'm not touching the salary part because that is, again, by the time you guys come out after four years, it's going to be completely different dimension altogether. But what is important is that there are a variety of organizations that you can work for. For example, there are these are all where our certifications are recommended in terms of when they're hiring. You can see there are IT core product companies like HP, Dell, Microsoft, McAfee, Symantec, etc. But what is more important is that there are FMCG organizations, or just like Nike. Who would think that Nike would hire a cybersecurity engineer? But that's a reality. They have a big cybersecurity operations center in Bangalore and Hyderabad, where they're hiring, and then you've got a whole lot of other banking and financial services organization like Deutsche Bank and Ernst & Young, MasterCard, Wells Fargo, etc. And all of this are basically Indian in India. Their India operations is hiring. Also, the other area, and which I wanted to just spend a minute, is that a lot of you would want to do MS in US and other regions, other countries. There are a lot of universities, leading universities such as Purdue and University of Maryland, DeVry, WGU, etc. They give you credit for if you have already completed CompTIA certifications, and which is a part of the deliverables. Some of the students who have graduated from India and who have got scholarships and fee waivers and credit waivers in foreign universities. I mean, these students are almost all of them are some CompTIA certified. And they completed it here, maybe worked here for a year or so, but at the end of the day, when they went abroad to do their masters, a lot of them got benefits in terms of credit waivers. So be it in the job field or be it in the higher education field, I think you will get a benefit in terms of doing this certification and doing these additional courses. Feel free to reach out to me. The best way to do is LinkedIn. I am active in LinkedIn. You can reach out, search me, and connect with me. Ask any questions if you can, and that's where I close my session today. I hope I'm on time.
Absolutely, sir. You're on time. And it was a wonderful session for the budding engineers who are just expecting to get admissions into the BTech engineering program. And coming to the things you have covered, I mean, the requirement of cybersecurity engineers in the industry, it is increasing every year. Year on year, we are facing new challenges in the security industry. We are facing new attacks on the private sectors, and those attacks are focused on various industries. And it's not just about the technology industry which is getting impacted. Apart from that, we can see attacks happening on the financial industry, even on the FMCG sector also. And apart from that, government sectors also, we saw attacks happened on AIMS systems.
Yep.
We saw attack happened on the DRDO systems also. So, I mean, it is not just about the technology sector only. I mean, every sector is going to hire the cybersecurity engineers, and especially in the banking sectors also. I mean, I have been I've been seeing the requirement of the security officer in the IBPS exam every year. It is basically the security officer's role which is listed there, where the graduates are required as the candidates, and they are going to get a salary equivalent to a probationary officer. So it is not just about working in the private sector. The students are going to get an equal opportunity in the government sector also.
True.
And
completely agree. Yeah.
And if I just talk about the career pathways which are available for the students, I mean, we have 5 different pathways which are going to be there for the engineers who are going to complete the BTech Honors Cybersecurity and Blockchain program. So the first role would be the cybersecurity engineer's role, where the candidate can just take over the responsibility of a security engineer or an application security engineer or it could be a cloud security engineer or a network security engineer. Then second role would come out to be a cybersecurity analyst role, where the candidate might be just going to work with the threat intelligence part as a threat intelligence analyst, or it may be a security operations center analyst, or it could be just the cybersecurity analyst who is going to take care of the security of the devices and the IT setup for the organizations. Then third kind of job role could be the vulnerability assessment and penetration tester, a VAPT job role, where the candidate would be required to, first of all, identify the vulnerabilities which are either existing within the networks or the applications or the systems, or maybe it is going to be some specific services only. And then the candidate might be going to test them thoroughly for the presence of the vulnerabilities and just going to create a POC. And then after that, he is going to fix them. And apart from that, another kind of job role could be a security, or I would say a cybersecurity incident analyst, where the candidate is going to just identify the security incidents which have happened within the organizations, maybe for the applications, maybe for the systems, and correspondingly, he is going to identify the indicators of compromise which are there, and then he is going to just respond to them. So there could be multiple activities which are going to be involved there while responding to the such kind of security incidents. And the fifth kind of responsibility could be the cybersecurity auditor, where the candidate is going to just check for the IT compliance. He is going to check for the security provisioning and the security implementations which have been done within the organizations to safeguard the data of the individuals. And those individuals could be the clients, those individuals could be the employees of the organizations, those individuals could be, let's say, some third party vendors which are working with the organization. And apart from that, it could be the security of the data which is there for the projects which the company is handling. So it could be, I mean, a very challenging role, and alongside it is going to be a very interesting role also for a cybersecurity auditor. So these are going to be the 5 different job roles which currently exist in the market, for which the students are going to see job options which are offered by the companies. So with that, I would like to conclude here, and I would just hand over to the moderator.
Dalvinder ma'am.
Yes, so thank you so much, Mr. Pradipto and Mr. Atul. So it was wonderful watching you talking on digital transformation, challenges in implementing emerging tech-driven DX processes, cybersecurity hacks. Actual, these are not hacks. And outside threat protection, blockchain technology, skills for a cybersecurity career, and more from our experts, Mr. Pradipto and Mr. Atul. And now I would request to the admission nominee, Mr. Rishabh Sharma, to be on the screen. Over to you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much, Dalvinder ma'am. Firstly, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to interact with students and to guide them about accreditation and approvals, placement part, infrastructure part, and program eligibility, fee structure, and how to apply for admission in LPU. And further, I would like to extend my regards to Mr. Pradipto as well as Mr. Atul Mahajan. It was wonderful watching you and listening to you on various points to keep in mind, to consider while what is the current scenario. So thank you so much, sir. And without me wasting much of time, I'll quickly move on to my presentation part. I'll try to give you glimpse of each and everything. So at at the start, I would like to share with you all that it gives me immense pleasure and proud feeling to share with you all that LPU is now NAC grade A++ university with 3.68 score on 4-point scale It is highest score in first cycle of accreditation among all government and private universities. We also have ICAR, we have approval from NCTE. If we move further, Council of Architecture, Bar Council of India, Pharmacy Council of India. So list is long. We are also having membership of Association of Indian Universities, International Association of Universities. If we talk about placement, record-breaking package of 3 crore for our CSC students, 64 lakh rupees package for student Hari Krishna Mathur, Google India. So you can just have a look. 770 plus LP students selected at a package of 10 lakh to 62.72 lakh rupees. You can just have a look. All the details are there. Our students got selected at 54.75 lakh rupees per annum package from Palo Alto. You just the list is very long. 1 crore plus packages. Few of our students at 1 crore plus packages. So if we talk about ranking and awards, Times Higher Education World University Ranking 2023, we have been ranked 23rd. If we talk about engineering, we have been ranked 6th. Under World University with Real Impact ranking, we have been ranked second. Under Atal ranking of institution on innovation achievements, we have been ranked third. If we talk about extracurricular activities, the LQ creates history. 12 out of 13 LQ students won Olympic medals in all three categories: gold, silver, and bronze. LQ champion of 37th Inter-University Youth Festival under the aegis of Association of Indian Universities. Our students excelled in all the departments, whether it is possession, music, fine art, theater, dance, literary. Uh, our students were first runner-up for National Sports Award, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad Sports Trophy 2023, which was awarded annually by Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India. We are, our students shined at 19th Asian Games, Neeraj Chopra gold medal, javelin throw, Abhishek gold medal in archery. You can just have a look. If we talk about the exposure, look at the exposure. LPU successfully hosted 106th Indian Science Congress, which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, His Holiness Dalai Lama at the LPU campus, interacting with students, two former presidents in a single frame, then President of India, Shri Pranab Mukherjee, alongside the former President of Afghanistan, Mr. Hamid Karzai, alongside our worthy Chancellor, Sir Dr. Ashok Kumar Mittal, Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, then Finance Minister of India, Shri Arun Jaitley ji, Venkaiah Naidu ji, Gohar Gopal Das, many celebrities and sports personalities keep on visiting. We just added few of the slides. You can just have a look. I think I did need not to name them. You already know them. LP also hold one Guinness Book of World Record on its name for highest number of people doing Bhangra at a single venue. Infrastructure of lovely professional university, Shanti Devi Mittal Auditorium with sitting capacity of more than 2,500 people. Labs are there, Mac labs are there, library, Unimall, you can get all your essential needs fulfilled here, whether you want to go to Domino's, you want your basic needs fulfilled, gymnasium is there, bowling area is there. You also have 50 bedded hospital in university campus. So aerial view of lovely professional university, lush green campus, night view of LPU. We also have indoor stadium facility. Badminton is there, shooting is there, volleyball, basketball, squash, competitive sports. We even have Olympic-sized swimming pool. This is the outer view of our indoor stadium facility. Very interesting part, study grant. If you are you are preparing for JEE mains or advanced, and you give LPNS BTech exam. In that case, if you are among top 500 candidates of LPUNES BTech and you got yourself admitted into any of the IIT or NIT, in that case, you will be eligible for one time 1 lakh rupees study grant that LPU will give you to study there in IIT or NIT. Condition is you are among top 500 of LPUNES BTech and you have qualified your JEE Mains advance, you got admission into IIT or NIT. So now let's move further, let's go live. Here I would like to share with you the eligibility part, how you can actually check all these information yourself. So please note our website address, that is www.lpu.in. Our website address is www.lpu.in. Once you go to our website, you just need to click here on admission. If you're 12th passing student, you just click here, and after that there will be number of disciplines. So we need to click on computer science engineering. Here there are number of options available, but I have already selected BTech honors in computer science and engineering in cyber security and blockchain in tie-up with Comcia. So let's talk about this program. So already yeah, the eligibility. To take admission into this particular program, you need minimum 60% marks in 10 plus 2 with English, physics, and mathematics as subjects. Apart from this, you need to qualify any of these one: LPUNES, CUT, CUET, or JEE Mains. So LPUNES is Lovely Professional University's National Entrance and Scholarship Test. It serves the purpose of eligibility as well as you can get scholarships as well on the basis of this test. So fees for this program is 2 lakh rupees per semester. Yes, you can get scholarship up to 56,000 rupees in this particular program, and you you can get scholarship on the basis of LPNS, you can get scholarship on the basis of your 12 percentage, you can get scholarship on the basis of your performance in CUET, you can get scholarship on the basis of your percentile in JEE Mains. So all these details are mentioned here. You can check these details from here. So if you want to check your percentile and how much percentage of scholarship you will be getting, here you can click on JEE Mains and this will open up. Here from here you can check all these details. So there are other scholarships as well. So if we talk about LP Nest is being conducted daily from 6th May to 28th of May, and last date to apply for and book slot for examination is 3 days before the conduct of your exam. So let's suppose today is 15th, you want to give exam on 18th or 19th, so you need to book by 15th and book your slot accordingly. So result of LPNS will be declared within 48 working hours, and last date of admission would be within 7 days from the declaration, after the declaration of your result, subject to last date, that is 31st of May 2024. Now, how you can actually apply for LPNS? Simply by clicking here on apply now. Otherwise, you can note the direct link, that is admission.lpu.in. I am repeating it for you, admission.lpu.in. All you have to do is you have to register here. You can register yourself here. You will get all your credentials through SMS and email. So from there, you need to click on continue to LPNS application in your dashboard. There you need to pay your fees. What is the fees for LPNS? For male applicant, it is 1,000 rupees. For female applicant, it is 500 rupees if you opt for without it. So this is the fee structure. So once you give your exam, your result is declared. It will be reflecting in your this portal only, and from there you will get the take admission button. From there you can register yourself as well for BTech CSE. So this is how you can proceed for your admission. If you want to connect with us through WhatsApp, this you can simply click here and you can chat with us. Otherwise, you can save our number, that is +91 9852569000. If you want to connect with us through live video counseling, you can simply click here. You will be connected with us through Zoom call, and you can interact with our counselor face to face and get your doubts cleared. If you want to connect with our tele-counselors, please note the number 01824 404 404. You can call on this number 01824 404 404, or you can get all your queries answered and you can interact with our tele-counselors. So I hope, ma'am, Dalvinder ma'am, I have covered all the important points. So thank you so much once again for providing me with this opportunity to guide the students.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rishabh. As I can see, there are some questions from our participant. Can we take questions of Mr. Pradipto and Mr. Atul?
Sure, please.
Yeah, Megha is asking here, how does the industry immersive pathway prepare students for real world cybersecurity challenges and industry demands?
Atul sir, you will take it or?
Yeah, I'll take it, no issue. So if when we say industry immersive pathway, basically the curriculum which we have framed, it is completely in alignment with the job requirements of the industry. So we have included the curriculum of those certifications which are directly demanded by the recruiters. So that curriculum getting included in the regular courses which the students are going to study, it benefits them in two ways. One is they are going to get ready for the industry required skill, and secondly, they are getting ready for the preparation of the certification exam. So thereby, I mean, they are getting two benefits by studying a single course only. And second thing, during the delivery of the courses, we have basically planned the delivery in a way that the students are going to get a practical hands-on. So around 50 to 55% of the delivery is based upon the theory, and the remaining 45 to 50% of the delivery, it is based upon the practical part. So students are going to perform the practical hands-on using various tools, techniques, scripts, and operating systems, thereby performing various functions which are executable within any organization for taking care of cybersecurity provisioning.
Thank you so much, sir. Someone is asking here, what practical experiences and hands-on training opportunities are included in the industry immersive pathway to cybersecurity?
Okay, so when we talk about the practical part, we start with the first course, which is the Network Plus. So we start with the basics of everything in which the Network Plus plays a very crucial role in the understanding of how the wide area network and a local area network works. So we provide a simulation-based environment in which the students are going to simulate various network devices, the interconnections between them, the communication of the data network, and the configuration of the services and all. So that is the basic part of the networks. Then we come to the operating system part, where we talk about the Linux Plus or the Linux administration and the Windows Server administration, because these are the two prominent operating system platforms which are used in the industry. So there, the Linux administration and the Windows administration basically makes the students familiar with how to manage these two different types of operating systems together in a single environment. And there, the students just get to know about the user management, the service management, the group policy management also, and the access management, or I would say identity and access management. And then we move to the security part, where first of all, we teach the basics of cybersecurity, in which the students get familiar with the various terminologies, the terms and techniques which are used in the cybersecurity. And then after that, we move on to some of the basic tools which are used in the initial investigation of any cybersecurity breach. And in the subsequent courses, we move on to very specialized tools which are related to web application penetration testing, which are related to system penetration testing, which are related to vulnerability scans. And after that, we move on to the analysis and the reporting part, in which the students are going to just formulate, or I would say document each and everything in the form of a penetration testing report. And after that, based upon the facts and the figures which have been recorded in the report, the decisions are taken to further secure the systems. So that is how all that practical part has been included in the curriculum based upon which the students are going to get job ready.
Thank you so much once again, Mr. Atul and Mr. Pradipto. I hope all the participants got their answers from our experts. As we come to the end of this webinar, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. Your presence, enthusiasm, and active participation have made this experience truly special. I hope the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize the information for better decision making regarding their admissions. If anyone want to access this webinar again, they can visit our website, that is lpu.in, or can be accessed on YouTube also. Stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I would be signing off this webinar. Take care and goodbye. Have a nice
Thank you so much, Dalvinder.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Pradeep sir.